Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, Dr. Kelli.
Hello. You have a lot of energy
I
that I do
do
not
have a
have right
lot of
now.
energy because I don't
But I'm
know
happy for
why.
you.
Oh, is there something going on with you that might be zapping your energy?
Yeah, a small parasite sucking out my life force.
What? Well, congratulations.
So it is both exciting. So I'm glad that you're bringing the energy. I'm trying. I'm sure as we go along, it will pick up. But yes, as of today, I am 35 weeks pregnant. I'm done. I'm super done.
No, you're done.
And
Baby is not done, though.
ugh, technically, at 36 weeks, everything is developed. They just put on weight. So in 6 days, he can pop out whenever he wants. But yeah, this is going to be my last take this plays
Is it
for
really?
until maternity leave is over.
Wow.
And I'm choosing to spend it with you playing Eliza.
I don't think I have ever heard someone sound so remorseful when they have said, I'm choosing to spend this with you.
No,
I'm
that's
not
just my
even sure my
general.
ex-wife sounded that remorseful.
It's you have to understand when you grow a human, everything hurts and everything is awful for all time.
So I
So
hear. So I hear.
do not recommend.
I will
Note
avoid.
that with do not recommend. That is
Well,
that is a good decision.
but chat, how's everybody doing out there? I see we've got people slowly trickling in. We are back for session 2 of Eliza, and to watch me make
Ooh.
really uncomfortable faces at the AI therapy that's going on in this game.
I like how you call it session two. That was smooth.
I try. Hi, Lamia Servitrix. Hi, Alyssa. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Yeah, that was a total slip of the tongue that I called it a session 2, game session 2. I
Yes.
did play the game a little bit further to get to the next day of therapy. It took a
Good.
while.
It does. It is a very text heavy game. There's a lot of narrative that
So
has to
much.
happen. So I'm glad that you were able to play it a little bit through some of that because it's good. Like the content is good, the story is good.
Yep,
It's just there's a lot of it there, and I think
so
that can make it
much.
difficult to stream.
Yeah, it was a slog to get through all of that reading, like so much reading. But one of the things that was brought up between the last time we played and today, and some of the
Hmm.
cutscenes, is this idea that, well, first of all, the psychologist who was behind the AI program known as Eliza brought up two different weaknesses of it, which I didn't expect. One of
Okay.
them being actual treatment and actual, human flexible treatment, because the AI is limited to actuarial responses
Hmm.
based on a growing data collection.
Yes. Yeah. AI is still AI, and there are always
Right.
going to be limitations to that because, AI, even in non ELIZA worlds, are based on some kind of logic. And we know that human beings don't always logic.
Wait, people
We are
are
not logic.
erratic?
I didn't say erratic. We're just not always logical or rational. Just saying that. So, okay, so point number one is that there's a limitation to ELIZA because treatment needs to be flexible, and
Right.
ELIZA is bound by code, which is
Correct. And the
largely,
other
yeah,
is that it's limited by the data that they have at the time,
yeah,
and that cannot go beyond its own data.
which is why they're trying to get as many people through the doors as possible so they can
Right, so they
expand
can
their
get all
data,
that data.
which is already a massive ethical landmine
You,
that makes me think. That makes me think of things like, mental health as a tech startup service. There's lots of those out there. It's like, well, once we collect all this data, we were able to make predictions and da 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 da. And I'm like, well, then it's not. Have you thought about what that means? Like, deeply thought about what that means? No, no, I don't think you have. No.
oh dear. Well, hi Liz. Oh,
Hi, Akiro.
hi Kiro. Well, shall we get to playing the game, the actual game
Yeah.
that people have come to watch us play?
Yes. Yes. And if you missed our Take This Plays Eliza Part 1, Eliza is a narrative adventure game that is based on our main character here, based in Seattle, as faithfully, according to
Really
Fancy.
faithfully.
And yeah, she's basically coming out of a 3-year kind of depressive funk.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not totally sure why. And she has not volunteered, but she's taken a contract position with an organization called the Skanda Group, which offers Eliza treatment, which is a AI-based virtual type of therapy very
Not therapy.
loosely.
It's definitely not therapy because there was a disclaimer.
And we all know that having a disclaimer means something's not therapy.
Right.
Yeah. That absolves all ethical issues around the idea of therapy.
No, Lamia Servatrix, you would definitely not be that is definitely worthy of being mentioned, especially given the slant and accessibility of therapy right now. Yeah.
All right, so but that was kind of our recap, and then of course Dr. B played a little bit in between sessions, again, just because this is a very narrative heavy game, and we want to get to the therapy because that's the fun part. At least watching
It's
Dr.
not
B
no,
squirm
I'm going to be really
is the fun part.
uncomfortable this whole time because it's just going to I'm going to go off script, and it's
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just going to go off script.
That is the fun part. And so just to catch people up on what happened between the last time we were here and now, if I remember right, Evelyn, who is our main character, basically went to like a future of AI tech camp, right?
Correct.
And there are a bunch of these
definitely
inspirational...
not TED Talk.
Definitely not TED Talk, but like, look at all these things that AI can do for our mental health. We're going to be able to streamline mental health into complete automatic services, and think of how we can disrupt the industry and pivot. And what's another? Synergy. There will be lots of synergy.
Paradigms.
There's going to be synergies. Yes, paradigm shifting, disruption, synergies.
Paradigms. And they unveiled the direct cortical stimulation.
Yes.
To let our dreams do the work.
Yes, and there was no discussion of ethics at all.
Deeply
because it's one of those big talks. And then, just because I'm not sure how far you got, did you end up possibly going to the rock concert?
I did not. We have not got. So I believe we're doing not therapy with people the day of the rock concert. I did, gotcha. However, and this will surprise you, Dr. Kelly, not one iota, I played the mini game and got pretty decent at it.
Okay. So I too played the mini game for about 5 seconds.
I got pretty decent at it.
I'm very proud of you. Yet another reason why it's good to send Dr. B off camera with homework for my own well-being, because stress can induce labor, Dr. B, and you don't want that on your conscience.
I thought you said you wanted you wanted to be done.
I do, but I'm only 35 weeks, and I told you 36 weeks is the marker of like everything's developed. I got 6 days until everything's developed, and he's just putting on the weight. So
okay.
Maybe no 35 week, please. No, okay. Thank you. Don't you wish that.
So no stressful jokes. Like my spouse asked me to sync their phone, so I threw it into the ocean. I don't know why they were so mad.
It's not really a joke.
But it's a great pun. Hey, so look, definitely not therapy.
I want you to know that almost every evening when I do bedtime stories with my son, I think of you because we've been reading Amelia Bedelia. And as a kid, I just thought it was interesting. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, Amelia Bedelia is autistic. That's what's going on here. So just an aside before we dive into not therapy here with this very emotionally evocative character.
Okay, heart rate 64, respiration 13.
You're gonna have to rage play this game. Yeah, it's a good one to rage play. You just have to be patient because there's a lot of reading.
Oh, oh god, it's so bad. For all of you who are mental health professionals in the chat right now, I want to rage quit this game so much because oh god, okay, okay, no Goose Fraba, let's do this. Okay.
All right, so who is our client? Who we got here?
Well, we have Gabriel or Gabrielle. I will depend on the pronunciation that they go for. Receptivity is. Oh, you're referring to the mini game specifically. Oh, okay. I'm referring to the actual game. But anyway, let's see. Proxy response. Hello, Gabriel.
Hello, Gabriel.
Oh, that's right. I don't
Gonna
have
ask
to
about
read
the
this.
weather.
There's fantastic.
Hi.
Okay. Oh God, weather questions. As an aside, I will say that being autistic and I used to work with a lot of other autistic young adults. We would talk about small talk, and especially in my group sessions, they knew, all of them, that I had a special hatred about talk about the weather as small talk. I dislike most small talk to begin with, but talk about the weather is especially infuriating to me, especially in Seattle, where literally odds are 2 out of 3 it's gray. How about that weather? You mean the thing we have 8 months out of the year?
All right. So now that we've got
Hope you
that
didn't
out of
get
the way,
rained on
we
too
can
much on your
process
way
someone
here.
else's anger.
Okay, didn't get rained on too much anyway here.
A little, but it was fine. I'm used to it.
How's the volume, chat? Do I need to turn that up at all?
Most people here seem to get used to it, yes.
Yeah.
I really do love that the small talk is as prescribed and painful as regular small talk.
Oh,
like
it's so painful.
in person, real. The first time you meet someone, you're like, yeah, so how's it going?
Not much of a choice unless you move away.
Mm-hmm.
So, what brings you here today?
Well, I don't know where to start. I've never really done this kind of thing before, counseling.
How did they get the license rights to the Seahawks logo? Huh.
Maybe it's different enough.
Oh no, it's exactly on.
Are you sure? I mean, I trust you. I thought the Seahawks logo had 3 lines on the eagle.
No.
I'm not a Seattleite, so maybe they just did it and figured nobody who watches football would play this game. That Venn diagram might be kind of pointless.
Okay. Start wherever you like.
Well, I'm about to be a father, and my wife is due in a few
I do want to
months.
say it is really hard to start therapy with someone.
It's, gosh, yes.
Especially because when you start therapy, the therapist is usually doing the spiel that they have to do at the start around like confidentiality and stuff. And if you're they're in the patient's chair, it's like, I don't care about this. I have feelings that I want to talk about them.
I know you do. Hold on. I'm legally obligated.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Oh. Congratulations. I get this tension, this restless feeling when people say that. It's like a curse or something. Congratulations.
Oh, and by the way, as we're doing this again, this is just, let's put a blanket content warning on this because we're getting into some deep-seated issues around a whole lot of stuff in these therapy sessions. So if you need to mute us, if you need to take a break, I don't know what these therapy sessions are going to entail. So just be prepared for a deep dive into various mental health issues. We had talk around the concept of suicide in the last game. So before we get too far into this, just be warned, gang.
And then the captions that we have, the closed captions that are on, they're actually covering up the bottom line of text.
Are they? Let's change
They
that.
are.
Thank you for that, Dr. Kelly.
You're welcome. I am a person who cares about the user experience. And yes, get it down to 5 minutes. I got a spiel. I got the adult spiel. I got the kid spiel. It's like, okay, here are the main things. We can always talk about them later. That's perfect. And let's get to it because I know you did not come here to have the spiel given to you.
Uh-huh. Okay, sentiment analyzer. All right.
I've tried to be a good husband, and I'm gonna do my best to be a good father too, but I don't know, there's something bothering me about...
You mean like the entire existential shift that your life is about to undergo?
I'm balancing
What are
a
you
lot of things
talking
right
about?
now.
I went off
Babies
script
don't
again.
change anything.
Everyone has something they want from me. Everyone wants me to do this or that, behave a certain way. It's just annoying. Being a father, what if I don't want this?
Well,
Why do you
that's
think
a
you might not
valid
want this?
feeling.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a monumental undertaking.
Sounds like it's a little bit too late to be having that thought, but okay.
We all have things we don't talk about, things we would rather keep secret. Things that might upset our families if they knew about them. It's unfair. That's all I'm saying. It's unfair that we expect each other to be perfect when there's more going on. I can't stand it when people act like they're pure, like they've never touched a bad thing in their whole lives. And then these people around me think they can tell me how to act, what I'm supposed to do, and I'm like, yo, don't you know you have your own shit to deal with? Why do you have to pick on me all the time? This whole fatherhood thing is just, you know what being a father is to me? It's about providing and protecting, taking responsibility. The world is dangerous, and sometimes the dangers can be hard to see. My duty is to protect. I'm gonna take that seriously. Everything I do, I take it seriously. So I don't get why people are worried about my ability to do that.
What makes you think people are worried about your ability to do that?
Because everyone thinks I'm trying to escape my responsibilities. Everyone is so quick to judge. Here's a story, okay? The other day, Selena, that's my wife, Selena and I were at a get-together. Her family, my family, a few families we both know, right? Grilling out on the back deck, you know, that kind of thing. Everyone was more or less chill, right? But then, late in the afternoon, the baby stuff starts coming up. Once one of them brings up babies, it's just all babies all the time. Babies, babies, babies. And because of my wife, they start saying, oh, giving birth, it's
Aw,
gonna
thank
hurt
you,
so
Zergling.
bad. It might tear your skin. Just these kind of gross things. So I'm like, hey, quit it with that. I don't
Okay,
wanna hear that
so I'm
kind
gonna
of
jump
stuff.
in here and just
People are
pause real
healing.
quick.
There's kids around.
Okay.
Come on.
So of course, you know, Dr. B and I we are both, you know, doctors of clinical psychology. I am licensed. Dr. B is on his way to licensure. I just want to be very, very clear that my comments about this person, one, would never be clinical to begin with, because I am streaming right now and I don't give clinical advice or feedback outside of my office. But seriously, screw this guy and the horse he rode in on. I have zero empathy for him right now, and I just, as I clutch my giant belly. So, dude, I'm glad I'm not your therapist right now, because we would not be compatible. I will just say that, as literally I can feel my stomach descending as this child is shoving its butt out of my abdominal wall. So, oh my God, that hurts. So screw you, Gabriel. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Mark on
Now
my
that I've-
calendar the day I heard shoving its butt on outside my abdominal wall.
Obviously, you have not
On
spent enough time
camera.
around pregnant women. Like,
Well, at least once. I just wasn't really conscious of the event.
oh my gosh. Yeah, screw this guy. No, no therapist would ever say that about their person, at least not publicly. So, you know, I'm just having some emotional reactions to this guy that have nothing to do with the ethics. I just don't like him, and I just want to be really clear that I think he's a jerk. So, now
But
that I've
this
got
brings
those
up the
feelings,
importance as a therapist of being aware of your reactions to clients and if it compromises your objectivity.
yes, countertransference is a thing. And if you're not familiar with the term, it basically means the reaction that the therapist gets from the person that they work with. So, like right now, if this person was my client, my countertransference would be very strong, and it would not be ethical for me to work with him, because all I'm sitting here thinking is, shut your stupid face. I don't like you. Do you not see the giant belly? We are not a good fit. Go away. not how that would happen or play out in any way. And if a psychologist ever spoke to you that way, you should call the board, because that's not acceptable. But this is not therapy, and this is a game. So I'm just, yes, this has been a lesson in countertransference.
And also
and
a lesson
why
that
it's dangerous.
therapists and mental health professionals are in fact human.
Yes, we are. And whew.
Oh, Leshy, Gabriel is having a lot of. I'm gonna be as diplomatic as I can about this. Gabriel is having a lot of second thoughts about his wife who is about to give birth, and a lot of hesitation and even anger at the fact that the baby talk has become so all-encompassing in his life as his spouse is about to give birth.
Yes, that's a nice way. That's a nice way of putting it. That's a nice way of putting it. Oh, that
So,
hurts.
were I a practicing clinician, I strongly suspect Dr. Kelly would maybe refer this person to me.
Yeah, well, this person honestly would not get onto my roster right now, because if the referring question is like, I'm having doubts about being a parent and I'm upset that like my wife complains all the time about being sore and uncomfortable and all people want to do is talk about the baby, I'm not going to be a good fit for you. You know what? Maybe catch me in a year, and I can be objective, because I can be objective. I've got really good boundaries. I can be objective about a lot of things, but this one's just a little too close to home right now. Little too close.
Oh, yes. Yes, it will, Lamia Cervitrix. Yes, it will. I'm actually really curious to see how this plays out, because thus far, and we have had, of the 3 clients we've had in this game, all of them have been, all of them have actually been a fairly interesting cross-cultural slice in different categories. And Eliza has not varied up responses in the least.
No.
Same thing with gender. No differential, no different responses.
And they're like, no, it's natural.
And that's my
It
cat.
happens. Of course, we got to talk about
Who
this
is backing you
terrible
up
shit.
on that?
How are you going to have another kid if you can't even handle the first one? And I just say, excuse me? A second kid? Who even said we were going to have 2? I didn't even want the one.
Hello.
Maybe that was
See, now that's a legitimate. That's a legitimate feel. Like I can connect with that. This idea like your life is being planned for you.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I can get that one. Even in my current state, in my delicate condition, I can get behind that one.
It just got under my skin.
But like
so
lay
bad,
off the
like
pregnant
I
lady,
need to
okay?
give my
No,
whole self
it's not
over to
allowed.
this baby.
We leave her alone. For everyone's safety.
See, now even I'm having reactions to this. Like I need to give up my whole self over to the baby. I'm like, it's kind of.
I mean, did this baby just accidentally happen? I mean, I guess it's possible. We don't know the birth story as we would talk about this, or the planning that went into this. But I guess I just always assumed that this was a wanted thing. And yeah.
Have you, Lamia Cervitrix? I have not worked with a lot of in the past. When I did see people, I did not work with a lot of folks who were about to have children. I worked with the teenagers.
I've already sacrificed a lot.
Working with parents and
more than they can
teenagers
imagine.
separately it's a trip.
I give
I like
everything
working
to
with
myself.
children.
Job,
Teenagers
family,
are-
everyone wants me to be something for them until there's nothing left. But I can't talk about this stuff to anybody.
See, I can even feel bad
They just
for
say I'm
him.
being selfish. It's like what I want. Just
Oh,
doesn't matter.
Liz, spending time with my niece reminds me how much I love not having a kid. Super, super valid. Oh my gosh.
Let's see where this goes.
Here's a question, Gabriel.
Okay.
Technically a statement, but I'm splitting hairs.
So many boogers. Okay, the ratio of
Oh,
boogers sounds
really?
concerning.
If you were to have something you wanted right now, what would you choose?
Eliza's been sticking to solution-oriented stuff.
I mean, I feel like that's the only thing an AI can do.
That's true. Scaling questions, magic question.
Mhm. I mean, like
Far away
basic
from all this.
CBT stuff that you would find in like Wobot or something that can.
Yeah.
Why would you ask that now?
Yeah, last time we played this, I got yelled at by Dr. Kelli because I kept going off script and, validating.
Yeah, how dare.
I was using empathy and validation. Like, maybe right now, this is a monumental shift and it represents an absolutely overwhelming responsibility that you haven't experienced yet. You're feeling a ton of anxiety and trepidation over this. That seems pretty logical. But no, that would be me going off script.
Yes, we must stick to the script. Otherwise, Eliza will come after us.
Oh, yes, you go. Serve people. Serve people well, way better than Eliza does. Bye.
Eliza's trying.
Far away from everyone, just on my own
If
for a while.
AI can try.
Yeah, I just want to be away.
Jumping into recommendations.
Okay, Gabriel. I have some recommendations for you.
I mean, these are like 5-10 minute sessions.
That's true. Okay.
First, I'm going to suggest you try a therapeutic virtual
I want
world
to try
experience
Starry
called
Skies.
Starry Skies.
I think he should Vincent Van Gogh try it.
It may help you take your mind off things.
I know. I don't like it either.
Liz, I hear that we do get some choices eventually.
Yes. There are choices. There are ethical choices that are
Try it
made
for about 15 minutes
that you
each
do
day,
get to
in
make
the
later.
morning or evening.
Making direct recommendations.
Second, I recommend asking
no!
your doctor or psychiatrist about Anexafin.
Anexafin.
No! Oh.
Yes, web captioner. I said extra thin. That is exactly what I said. Thank you.
Based on my analysis, this medication might help you feel better.
Oh. Apparently, web captioner doesn't have recommendations for cat. So.
You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
That's it, huh? You can't just tell me what to do to solve this? Some help you turned out to be. Guess I'll have to figure things out for myself, exactly like before.
Well, sounds like you feel pretty alone. Sounds like you've been feeling pretty alone for a long time, and
Thank you, Gabriel.
come on! I want to validate and empathize.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you for choosing Eliza, your personal counseling assistant.
We hope to see you back soon. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner.
Oh, I was close. Personal counseling partner.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
She's not getting a good rating from Gabriel.
I know. I'm excited to see. We're probably not going to get a tip. Ooh, hey, we got a tip.
Hold on, 2-star rating, $5 tip. That is a millennial.
Yeah, so we got completed and new client, and what does that say? Appreciate.
Cosmopolitan Apprentice Proxy.
Ooh, I don't know what those mean, but
No, either.
I'm trying to think. Gosh, if someone gave me a $5 tip, that's. Well, I can't do math, but it's a very small. It would not be a 20% tip. I will tell you that. Ooh, Soren. Okay,
Wait,
so
Soren's a psychologist.
So I would say we need to stop here for a second because as of last Take This Plays, we didn't meet Soren. So you need to catch people up on who Soren is.
Well, okay, yeah. So Soren is the psychologist who was largely responsible for the corporation that we used to work at. I forget the name of the corporation.
Skanda?
Skanda, yes. And Leshy, tipping for counseling, absolutely.
Yeah, don't ever do it.
No.
Nope, mm-mm.
Ethical,
That's very wrong.
Ethical, no.
Very bad.
So Soren is the one who announced the direct, brain stimulation endeavor because he's parting ways with Skanda. They're doing things just a little bit differently. He's the one who pointed out in this definitely not a TED Talk the power of AI that that Eliza has, but also the limitations of AI that Eliza has. And so it's so anyway, that's Soren. Soren got mobbed, and we were going to ask a question, but decided against it because Soren was getting mobbed by people after the talk, because it was definitely not a TED Talk, very much like an Apple announcement.
It was definitely not mental health E3.
Yeah, definitely not mental health E3. Although their accuracy to Seattle landmarks is pretty impressive, because the place that the talk was held, I recognize what floor that was at the Maidenbauer Center in Bellevue, where PAX was originally held in 2004.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the devs are from Seattle.
They're Redmond.
Yep. So
yeah.
Sorry, I know that's different to Seattleites. But yeah, no, they're locals. All right, so
Redmond.
So Soren, this big wig who just had this big conference, is texting us.
Yeah. How did you know I was at your talk? Saw you come in for a bit and leave before questions. Don't blame you. You caught the important parts anyway. Pretty interesting, huh? It was nice to see you. Been, 2 years? Wait, was this the one who was also hitting on her? Or there was some, if I recall correctly, there was like some abuse of power.
There was a dude at the older place that hit on like all the ladies.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was Soren or not, but I mean, he's still giving off those kinds of vibes anyway.
Oh yeah. How did you think I did? I haven't done this talk in a while. You're doing something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Want to get dinner tonight?
The
There's more to
egocentrism.
talk about. Details I couldn't share in public.
Decisions.
No, there isn't a decision, because the choices are sure I'm free and maybe not a no.
But you also have plans tonight, right?
Oh, that's right. Going to the concert, but we're not telling
So you have to make a decision. Yeah. Remember, you are playing as a woman in tech, Dr. B. There is no. There is only acquiescence and then like very careful survival.
Which is why I pointed it out. Let's continue with the next session. Just keep swimming.
Yeah, I just have to keep going. Just keep at it. Ooh, double header. Ding 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 ding. Round 2.
Hi.
Returning Maya. So just to catch
Hello,
people
Maya.
up, last
Welcome
time
back.
when we spoke with Maya, she was the one who was having some anxiety around
How do you remember
imposter
this?
syndrome. How do I remember this?
I barely remember where my socks are.
I currently have 2 brains. I have 2 hippocampi. But yeah, anyway, Maya. Pregnancy is weird. But yeah, no, Maya, she was the artist. She was the one who felt like she didn't belong, had like imposter syndrome, and a lot of existential, like, what's the point? I know I'm supposed to network, and she was about to go. She was about to go to like some kind of shindig party.
That's right.
And you know what?
Thank you.
I think once you get licensed again, if you were to see people again, Dr. B, these things would come back to you, like remembering odd things that happened a week
Okay.
ago with somebody.
No,
There's like a part of my brain dedicated
okay,
to that.
so let's talk about this for a second, because
Okay.
I'm very public about my autism, and I have a lot of executive functioning challenges that are very also reminiscent of ADHD symptoms. In fact, I thought I had ADHD long before I suspected that I'm autistic. And there is a concept that's going around on TikTok and Twitter's
Reliable mental health source, yes.
called object impermanence, and that is not true. It is not true that those of us who have executive functioning challenges struggle with object impermanence. What
Wait a
we
minute.
struggle with is retrieval cues.
I'm sorry. Are you being compared to like a 3-month-old baby? Because that's 3-month-old babies don't have object permanence.
Right. But no, basically what it's a term that's being used in ADHD and autism Twitter to talk about the fact that this special sort of out of sight, out of mind, that we don't remember that things exist if we can't see them. That's not object impermanence. That's retrieval.
Oh.
That's retrieval issues. Okay. Now, my memory, even when I saw clients, if I read the chart notes, it all came coming back to me. But without those cues, I forgot so much. And it's the same thing here. Once Dr. Kelli gave me enough, I was like, got it. But yeah. For the record, if I struggled with object impermanence, things would not exist even if I were reminded, if I couldn't see them.
And just for the record, to be bougie and to earn my doctorate title, there's no such thing as object impermanence. The theory is object permanence, not impermanence, but permanence, meaning the permanence and continuation of an object and whether or not you have that ability. Whereas in very small, tiny infants, they do not have it. And if they do not see it, it does not exist.
That's this week's section.
See? Yeah, lifespan development. So yes, Piaget, it's an important milestone. It's very, very exciting. It's part of why kids freak out when mommy disappears.
Yeah.
Because she literally disappears.
Yeah, no, it's part of the reason playing peekaboo with children under 6 months of age is kind of gaslighting them.
Yeah. But yeah, just again, it's like when people say Dunning-Kruger. I'm like, technically, it's Kruger-Dunning. And so therefore, I know that you are not as in deep as I am. No value judgments there. But it's like it's an indicator to me. Like, okay. Or what's the other thing when people say, I could care less.
No, you can't.
Wait,
You couldn't care less.
No, that's not. That's
You couldn't care less.
I could not care because that means that you're at the bottom of the F's.
No, but I'm with you. I get pedantic about that too. Leshy, to answer your question, that is a very broad question. I cannot directly answer because it's a bit of a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. That autism is a spectrum, and the cognitive abilities of people who, those of us who are autistic, really broad. For me, it's anything without an external structure. Dr. Kelli would attest to the fact that I basically have to be pointed in the right direction. I'm very good at what I'm good at, but one of the things I'm not good at is organizing things.
And it's going to be different from person to person.
Yes.
It's this idea that that you, if you could, just because you share a label, it's kind of like saying, well, aren't all women bad drivers?
Yeah, no, it's and so an example I like to give is depression with 9 symptoms of depression, and you only need to meet 5 of them to get a diagnosis of depression. Somebody said to me once it was something like 54,000 different varieties you can come up with. Autism, even more varied because there's so many different dimensions involved.
So that's the idea of, like,
what I can say is
clusters?
read some, if you're curious, Tony Atwood does some good stuff on that, but most autism resources are limited to cisgendered white males. And so the Awake Project has some very good resources on that as well. I haven't tweeted out their stuff in a while. I need to fix that. But back to Maya.
Yes. So welcome back, Maya, our artist. Let's
Nice to
find
see you
out.
again.
See you again.
Let's find out how the event went.
Sure, yeah. Nice to see you too, pal.
I like
Pal.
Maya.
Is that a weird thing to say? How did I become close friends
Really,
with
guys?
a robot?
Really?
Are we all robots now? Beep boop. Nice to see
Siblings,
you.
man.
Oh, I like
I
Maya.
mean, I guess it wouldn't be the weirdest thing in my life.
Shall we begin?
Yeah, sorry. Let us begin. So, I went to the fancy party, the one I was
You're
really nervous
fine.
about, and, first of all, it really was the type of party I thought it would be. The atmosphere was really smug and self-satisfied, and there were people walking around with trays of appetizers, and you could, like, take one. So you're standing there with your little square plate for the food and
Yes,
your
pinkies
glass
up.
of wine, and you can't like shake hands with anybody because you're holding them. But there are some.
I mean,
of those,
personally, I'm okay with that. Like, if my hands are full of food
I'll
and
go get one of those,
drink,
I'll set up shop,
and I can't
right?
shake
Like,
your
we're
hand,
in
I'm
section.
honestly okay with that. But that,
Yes,
that might just be
it's the
me.
same thing, because if somebody I don't like is coming up to me, oh,
Yeah, like I, you know,
But then it turns out there are only like 5 of
I
them
may
for the
not wanna
whole
touch
party,
you.
and
That's
they're all
okay.
taken, so you're just standing there,
That seems
frozen.
like an
And
okay
you're
thing to
watching all
feel.
your heroes and people you know from their social media presence just right there. They're right in front. The combined level of achievement there, I can't even think about it. It was astronomical.
That,
For
I
the
mean,
first
again,
couple hours, I was
Maya,
so excited.
Maya hits
Don't know
home
what
on a
you're
lot of
talking
things.
about.
I didn't notice the other thing that was happening. But eventually, it caught up to me, and I had this sudden feeling, this sudden realization.
that you belong?
My presence here.
Oh!
Nothing. I'm just some extra person who just showed up.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of self-doubt you got going on there, Maya.
Nobody wanted me to be here. I don't belong with these people. I haven't earned it.
No kidding.
So I
Yeah.
cried in the bathroom for a little bit, or maybe a lot. It's fine. I'm fine.
First of all, crying in a bathroom is legitimate. Like, it is a legitimate thing.
There is a reason we used to put some of the AFK flyers in the restrooms at various conventions.
Yeah.
We knew our audience.
Yeah. I mean, if the only quiet space you have is the bathroom, then that is the only quiet space you have.
So, Leshy, I will say that self-doubt in good proportions stops people from doing some disastrous stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
For
there
sure.
are times when my brain says that's not a good idea, and it's really not a good idea.
I can think of a couple people who could benefit from a nice
A little bit more self-doubt.
helping of like doubt or self-reflection.
Just one of the things I like to teach people is that every function that our brain does, when it's working right, serves a purpose.
Yeah.
How do you
It's
know
like watching
true that
Inside Out with
nobody
my
wanted you
5-year-old.
there?
You know,
Because of the way
anger. It's
people
okay to be
acted
angry.
around me.
Anger is an important component. It's a good emotion to have. So is disgust, and so is fear, and so is joy. And well, how can sadness be good? Well, go watch Inside Out, and you'll learn.
Oh, bing bong. Still angry at
Dad
Pixar for
likes to
everything they've
play.
made me feel.
Nobody knew who I was, or
And that's not even the
wanted
feeling
to
movie,
ask.
which is funny because it is the feelings
It's
movie.
literally the feeling movie.
I would introduce myself, and it's like you could just.
I mean,
see
Up.
it in their eyes.
I'm gonna throw out there that Up is the biggest
we don't
feelings
talk
movie.
about Up.
I
That's
mean,
a.
in the
oof.
world of illustration and comics, people tend
Let's
to
get back to something happier, like therapy
Like
sessions here.
self-doubt. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this kind of weird, open secret. Oh, hey, this person who's already popular got 1 million views, got a book deal, pitched an original series. Without anything like that, I have no ground to stand on. I'm just this non.
Comparison is the death of happiness.
So you feel erased.
At one point, I was talking to someone and I was trying to make a joke or whatever, and I could feel the impatience just radiating off him.
That your whole personhood has been reduced to numbers and usefulness.
He sighed. Like he
And if someone is impatient, maybe they're just an asshole.
Talking to me.
Maybe
I
it's
was
not
just
you. Maybe it's
over to
them.
him.
That's a big part of my
Trying to hold a
therapeutic approach.
conversation.
Maybe
Maybe
Maybe you're doing the best you can, and
how
maybe
do
you're
you
just
know it's
surrounded
not
by
them
assholes.
just being a jerk?
I mean, honestly, most of the time it is
I guess
them.
if I was marginally
It is
attractive,
your
I'd
surroundings
be
being awful to
charming,
you.
Oh, Maya, you're crushing my spirit here.
but I'm not. I'm not even that.
Is being charming your goal with this? That is not an open-ended question.
Is being charming your goal with this?
No, of course not. There has to be a way I can deal with these feelings. It's hard. It's really hard when nobody gives a shit about my work. Or me.
No, it hurts. It hurts.
I don't even know why I went. I just want to stay home for the rest of my life.
This is when you give encouragement. Like, no, it's good you went. I'm glad, even though it was difficult.
That was an incredibly brave thing to do, given all the self-doubts you had.
Mm-hmm. But sure, let's start with a why question. That's fine.
Yeah, no. What? Invite defensiveness and rationale.
Yeah.
Why do you think you went?
Because of everything they say about how you have to have your face out there and make connections.
So you had all these doubts and you went anyway. God, that's brave.
The successful people in this business all know each other. It's all about who comes to mind.
I wonder how they felt when they first started.
When somebody needs an art director, they'll think of who they know and go.
So I hope it's a consolation, B. I think you would be a better therapist than Eliza.
Thank you.
Just from what I'm hearing.
Thank you.
So I need to be out there reminding these people that I exist.
God, that
that
sounds
I'm
hard.
Here. I'm making stuff too. I'm part of it.
You are part of it. Look at you getting out there.
Even if
you got the invite.
Even if nobody.
Someone knows your name.
Somebody had to believe in you enough to be there.
Yep.
And industry parties are fun, right?
Yeah.
You can pretend you're successful even if you aren't. At least for a little while.
I mean, I personally hate industry parties.
I see them as sometimes they're fun, but I'm generally going there because I need to be there. It's work.
Obligation. It is.
Everyone else is projecting this image.
Yep.
It's like their success.
We're coming for you, Maya. We're delivering the validation.
I'm with you. Hey, look at this. Hey, Maya, look at it. Dr. B. Raffael.
Whoa.
Oh, wait.
No,
hold
way.
on. Dr. B. Bow ties, vests.
Yes. Otherwise, people would be confused.
Yeah.
It's okay. Oh, hold on. I'll take off my glasses. And now that complete transforms. Whoa. I'm
okay,
someone
hold
else
on.
now.
In defense of that, have you ever seen Zoe Deschanel with no glasses and no bangs?
The bangs are different.
You would not recognize her.
Any woman will tell you bangs are a definite, like, it literally changes the shape of your face. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Glasses, yes. The bangs, but yeah, no. Bangs are, yeah. That's so 90s.
I mean, I hear people casually talking about their agent, their editor, the amazing people they're collaborating with.
Don't compare your standard reel to someone else's highlight reel.
Yes, I want that.
That's
need
brilliant.
That. Why am I not there?
Or, if it's worse, don't compare your blooper reel.
I don't like that question.
Why do you think it has prevented you from happening so far?
No, I see where they're going with that, but I don't like it.
What do you think has prevented that from happening
And
so far?
it puts the
the
back
responsibility directly on her.
Yeah. As if there's something she's doing different or she could be doing differently.
That's why it bothered me.
Yeah.
Because, hey, gang. Hey, for those of you who are watching, sometimes, please read that a lot of the times, there are systemic factors at work that you as an individual don't have any control over. And a lot of times, those systemic factors suck. And therapy doesn't fix those.
No.
Continuing on.
If I knew that, I would be successful already, right? I try and try and try, and I make art and put it out there and share it on every social media site and interact with people when I can, but it just doesn't work. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the art I do.
Yeah, because success is knowing the right people, having the right skills, being the right person, and having the right luck at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that you can work, that everybody can work their way to success if they just virtuously try hard enough is a lie.
Yeah,
Every once in a while, another artist will say something nice.
that's
and
some pretty
sure,
toxic
I
bull
appreciate
crap right
that,
there.
but it never results in anything. My work goes out there, and it dies. Regular people don't boost it or talk about it. It's like at some point the universe decided that I don't get to have that. Is it unfair? Or maybe I just fucking suck.
It's a whole lot of self-doubt. This is good. You're going whole like life all or nothing thing here.
Yep.
Maybe I'm a shit tier artist and I'm
Maybe.
a failure of a person. And
Is it them
everyone
or
knows
is it me?
I wonder how
Me-
many world famous artists weren't appreciated in their own time.
I mean, we know a ton.
Yeah, I know. I asked that rhetorically.
Oh, okay.
That was me being
Never mind.
rhetorical. I'd recycle that Van Gogh pun, but
New podcast about how it contributes to sort of cruel optimism. Yeah, absolutely. Micropixels.
yeah.
Like-
Absolutely.
Everyone except me.
And especially if it's someone you know or someone you look up to, it's like, okay. Well, like when you look up to somebody, it's like, oh, well, they did it right. They did it the right way. Like
Right.
I had one of the best things that ever happened to me is I actually got to meet several of the people that I like
That's
put
going
on
too far.
pedestals. So like I got to work with Jane McGonigal. I got to meet and work with people at Rooster Teeth, like just people who are really, really big in areas that I'm also at the intersection of when I was a baby psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing that ever
I really
happened
feel
was
that
that
way.
like I got to see that they were just human.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, you know, a little jarring to see someone that you look up to so much, unless, you know, them have a bad day or them not be certain or, you know, but that is something that I would never give up for anything, is that, you know, they said, don't meet your idols. Absolutely meet your idols, because then they stop being your idols and you see them as the flawed people they are who struggle. And I mean, most of them, at least in my
I was
case.
gonna say, I can name two off of the top of my head that have remained people I have looked up to.
Stop.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Stop. STAHP. Stop.
What? Why would I stop there, Dr. Kelly?
You gotta collaborate and listen and look at what Maya is on.
Okay. Well,
Distraction over
Huh.
here.
are distracting from the fact that
Misdirection.
you're one of the two people who I really looked up to and lived up to all of my expectations and more.
That's not healthy. That is not healthy. That is not healthy. I promise you, I fart in supermarkets and
Okay, Maya,
I put
I'm
shirts
going
on
to suggest
backwards
You try a program called
and
Meadowlands.
screw up plenty. So just always remember that.
Let's see. Oh God, we're going back to suggestions already.
Meadowlands.
It
I
may
wonder
help
if that's
take
a
your mind off
football.
things. Yes. No, let's distract. Eliza seems to go heavily with distraction.
It may help you take your mind off things.
Maybe she's just a big football fan.
You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. I wonder, does Eliza get referral fees for everything?
Eliza probably doesn't, but Skanda might.
Look at this. I am anthropomorphizing Eliza.
You can
Wow.
find it inside the Skanda
It's so
Wellness
easy
app
to
on your
do.
phone.
Try it a bit. This seems to be this is Eliza's recipe.
Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning
Thank
or
you for
evening.
speaking with Eliza. Oh wait, no. Oh, we're actually giving instructions now.
Sounds kind of boring. Why can't you assign me a game where my problems are zombies and I get to shotgun them in the face?
Yes, Maya. Yes.
I like Maya.
I
Thank
do
you,
too.
Maya.
Actually, I guess I could just buy a game like that, couldn't I?
I mean, I would totally do that. So, you know,
I recommend this.
I'm gonna
Yes.
stop by the game store on the way home.
Yes. Yes.
it's called Left 4 Dead.
Yes. Plants
be a
vs.
fun-
Zombies.
I think it'd be a
Thank you for
fun
coming
team
in
building
again, Maya.
exercise for us to take this to play some Left 4 Dead.
Well,
And
we have been
see-
talking about things we can do while you're gone. And I know that Dr. Cohort and Dr. Hayes and I are going to be playing Boyfriend Dungeon. Well, I'm going to be playing Boyfriend Dungeon. They're going to be telling me who to date.
Okay. That's good.
They're going to be telling me which weapon to date.
Okay. I would say, you know, if there's Left 4 Dead, it is 4 players, so all 4 of us could.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of us would really like to play Boyfriend Dungeon, because we adore the team that made it. Certain members of that team.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's
Well,
up,
we
Zeitgeist?
adore the team. We adore the team.
Well, I should say we adore the ones that we know. We don't know
Yes.
everybody.
No, not everyone.
We'll follow up with you again to see how you're doing.
Yeah. Gonna tell me which weapons to date.
Check-ins. I
And
honestly
I'm
don't.
gonna look forward to the psychological spin that gets put on that.
I'm gonna wear crud. I'm gonna wear a whiter beard. Yeah, and we're going to talk like this the whole time.
Yes, I think that you should go for the bigger sword.
Oh, the symbolism within the Boyfriend Dungeon.
You have chosen the smallest dagger.
Yes.
Yes, I do hope to play that while